Hey church, happy Wednesday. This is the Daily Dose and I'm excited to jump into it with you. You know, yesterday we talked a little bit about Daniel 3. If you didn't catch it, I encourage you to go back. But basically what happens in Daniel 3 is we have this giant statue that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refuse to bow down to. Now, when they refuse to bow down, we find out from the book of Daniel chapter 3 that they're thrown into a blazing furnace, right? It's not good, right? They stand alone, and because they stand alone, they get thrown into a furnace, right? But I want you to check what happens after they get thrown into the furnace. You see, they're willing to stand alone and to use their ability to be lonely for God's glory. See, after they're thrown into the furnace, the king's watching over this fire, and he sees a fourth person. And what he says is this, that it looks like the sons of the gods. There was somebody else in that fire. And so he calls the men out, and Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego come out of this fire untouched. After this, he makes a decree in verses 29 and 30, and I want to read this to you. It says this, "Therefore, I decree that the people of any nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be cut into pieces, and their houses be turned into piles of rubble. For no other God can save in this way." Verse 30, then he promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. Now, this isn't this little extreme, right? This isn't something where it's like we want this to happen to our enemies. But you see, something really cool happens in this passage. Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are willing to stand alone and willing to use their loneliness, an entire nation is exposed to the gospel, is exposed to who God is and how powerful he is. Question for you, as you enter into this holiday season, how can God use this season of loneliness that you might be walking through this year to make an impact in your church or maybe in our community? You know, maybe instead of sitting in your loneliness, maybe you can take a moment and go serve people that are also lonely at a soup kitchen. Or maybe instead of coming to the Christmas Eve service alone, you can invite people from work or invite people that are in your life to come and have service with you. Or maybe it looks like this. Maybe you go and find a bunch of other people who are lonely and you bring them into your home and you guys do a dinner together. How can you leverage your loneliness this Christmas season? This has been your Daily Dose. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.